You see, my gorgeous Libra, it's about the 9th, 10th and the actual 11th of September 2020, which I really rather like indeed. Do you know what I like these 3 days in particular? They're going to be quite weird, quite bizarre, quite strange and quite unusual, because on one hand, you're about to come to terms with a quite unusual situation, which is also at the same time going to actually reveal the certain self-illusion, which is most certainly at that moment in time going to not only help you to grow in many different ways, but it's at the same time going to make you really wise to make an important decision. And it's about you being in self-denial, but it's also at the same time about you about you reaching an important moment of your life, which is going to lead towards like some kind of development and option towards the end of the month that you wouldn't normally have. And you know what else is quite interesting? That this 9th, 10th and the actual 11th of September are also going to be connected to some kind of argument or some kind of misunderstanding that you actually had over the past 12 months. So it's all leading to this point and to this moment, which most certainly it's all about your personality. It's all about your growth, it's all about your spirituality. But then at the same time, if you didn't go through this process, at the same time, if you didn't go through this cycle, you wouldn't reach such an important stage of your own personal evolution, my gorgeous Libra. This is all about your personal evolution, and this is why this is so important, because it's not all going to be like, oh my god, it's amazing, it's incredible. No, it's going to feel rather unusual, but at the same time you are going to come to terms with some kind of fascination that you didn't have before. So it's like kind of connected to the certain argument or certain kind of misunderstanding that you had previously, but then at the same time this is going to be wonderful because it's all going to lead towards the actual new plan, which is also at some point in past, like I am going back like over the last 7 years, my gorgeous Libra. And now you have that number, which is quite wonderful, number 7, which is showing up beautifully, which is all about beauty, it's all about power, it's all about spirituality, it's all about the angels, it's all about finding answers, it's all about finding solutions to the certain problems, and it's all about finding yourself through the peak of your own spirituality. This is most certainly the time when you're going to start finding yourself also, because the energy is going to be on your side, because very soon, my gorgeous Libra, you are going to have a birthday as well. So now this is all leading towards the moment when you are going to start feeling full in so many different ways, when it comes to being prepared, when it comes to being eager, and when it comes to feeling like really keen. But most certainly it's about the actual plan, that you're going to have a plan, which at the same time it's more going to feel like an option, but it's going to have so many different elements of the actual plans around it, and you will see exactly what I mean, because it's going to be connected to the actual uncertainty. So subconsciously you are just going to be so driven. But on another hand, if you stand and if you start thinking, like exactly how things are going to unfold or develop, you're going to be like, oh no, I'm not too sure. So yes, my babies, it's going to be connected to the actual uncertainties, but also at the same time you are going to feel driven, and this most certainly is going to lead towards a rather important and powerful accomplishment later on. Not only that something quite interesting is actually going to be revealed to you at the end of the month, completely connected to these 3 days, but also December 2020, it's going to have a rather strong and powerful connection of this particular stage, where at that moment in time you're going to find yourself on a whole new level, my babies, and that's the fact, and you're going to love it, and you're going to be surprised, and this is all going to be part of this new direction that I'm actually talking about, which is connected to the new plan, but most certainly uncertain things are going to be flying around, and in particular when it comes to the actual thinking process. But that in itself is just going to also help you with your own rejuvenation, and it's going to be important for you to just basically keep going and keep going and keep going. Very, very interesting, my gorgeous Libra. September is going to be indeed. All I want to say right now, you need to trust yourself. You need to trust your power. You need to trust your spirituality, because you are going to find out something very interesting and something very significant about yourself this month as well. My name is Sasha Bonasin, and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful, my powerful Libra, and it's for September 2020. So it's for you, my gorgeous Libra, my beautiful Libra, and it's for September 2020. And you know what? It's even more interesting that, you know, it's not only about the spirituality, but it's also about the wisdom that you are going to have at the same time. The actual number, before I mentioned number 7 briefly, which is going to be connected to the actual 9th, 10th and 11th of September, what I said, but in general, for the whole month, when it comes to the actual numerology and when it comes to the actual number, it's number 2. Now, this is wonderful, because number 1 is the new direction, new dimension, and number 2 is the whole new option that is going to come out of it, but it's also connected to that wiseness that you are going to have. And this is when it gets interesting, that wiseness is going to be connected to the bravery, which means that subconsciously, not even consciously completely, you're just gonna be keep going and keep going and keep going, and you will be surprising yourself along the line, you know, throughout September. But also, most certainly, it's about the wisdom, and also very important to remember that these two words, sound judgment, are going to make sense, my babies, like there is no tomorrow. It's about the serenity, but also at the same time serene knowledge that you are going to have. Very important when it comes to making a decision. Very important to stay true to yourself, and very important also to think about common sense, because somebody is going to try to maybe make you to think a little bit differently, so this is not going to be good. No, baby, no. And most certainly this is going to be the moment of a little shake up that you are going to have. So pay attention to who around you in your life. It's maybe trying to control you a little bit, and that is also going to be draining your energy, and it's going to be playing an important part, in particular when it comes to you educating yourself about somebody else, you finding out something quite unusual about somebody else, which is most certainly going to make you think in a slightly different way. But at the same time, it's going to open the whole new door, because spiritually you're going to start becoming rather penetrated in a really particular way, and that in itself, it's also going to help the actual certain hidden emotion, and it's going to bring the hidden emotion to the actual surface, which is most certainly going to help you out so much to realize the practicality of your own being, to realize the practicality of your own situation. So there where you would think like, oh no, in the certain parts and areas of your life where you would blame yourself, you know, this is actually going to become a rather significant, because it's going to help you in so many different ways, you know. It's important, listen to this is so powerful. It's important because you need to be analytical this month. I know it sounds bizarre, I know it sounds strange, but you need to be quite analytical this month, my gorgeous Libras, and you must not ask anybody else for the actual advice. because you are going to have a bit of a problem. Not a problem, but it's like an issue that you're going to need to solve. But that issue that you're going to need to solve is also going to be connected to the elements of new. And that in itself is going to make you feel a little bit uneasy. This is going to kind of take place at around the mid-September 2020. And it's so important to just basically remember that you need to stay true to yourself by being analytical yourself and by not asking the actual advice. Because if you ask the advice about this problem that is going to arise, the waters are going to become a little bit murky, and then it's going to be slightly harder to swim. And so this is why you just need to are going to have this gift. You are going to have that power. Normally, you're all about the balance. You're all about the choosing. You're all about making a connection by listening to yourself, by leveling yourself, because this is what you're all about, my gorgeous Libra. That's why you're so beautiful and that's why you're so special. You're all about your own balance, but sometimes you're quite sensitive, like lots of other signs. Lots of people are sensitive indeed, but in particular, when it comes to maybe certain people around you, maybe when it comes to certain emotions, and that can also penetrate you in a certain way where you kind of maybe don't make a decision the way you should make a decision. It needs to come from yourself, my gorgeous Libra, and this is what I need you to remember, because that in itself, so you don't ask for advice, you just go for it. And this is what number 2 also means, that there is going to be a rather interesting surprise, interesting option, interesting solution, but it needs to come from yourself, which it will, of course, because on one hand, it's going to help to improve your own life. It's going to help you to understand the situation, which is like a part of the really big picture. And that in itself is going to be remarkable, my gorgeous Libra, because it's going to help you with your life on many different levels, you know, in particular when it comes to you feeling frequently too restrained. And now that moment will be important, because you will know that something will need to go in order for something to come back, but at the same time it needs to get a little bit worse in order to get better, my gorgeous Libras. On another hand, you know, you're gonna feel like, oh la la. Number 2 in numerology, it's all about the actual rewards after a long time of waiting, you know, what you have been patient about. This is what this month is going to reveal, you know, and it's important because it's going to, on one hand, bring you an important harmony. It's going to make you feel really chill out. It's going to make you feel really good, you know, answers that were questions that were unanswered, you know, for quite a while. You know, you needed to reach this spiritual stage in order to start realizing the solution. So it's about the patience, it's about the harmony, it's about bringing things into perfect union indeed. This is why it's important for you to make decisions and pay attention to your own management, compatibility and adjustment. Is most certainly going to make an important role here as well. What I also like, it's quite interesting influence, you know, from someone. It's going to happen at the same time. Somebody is going to influence you so beautifully, so powerfully, and oh my Lord, I really like it, because you are just really going to at the same time gain an important advice through this situation, but also that it's going to happen at the time when you see an important, like, and a quite fortunate omen as well. And just remember, when you feel, when you sense, when you see an important influence at the same time, this is going to be at around the time when you see a quite powerful omen. This omen is going to be maybe like a little butterfly, or maybe it's going to be like a little bird, but most certainly it's going to be connected to the flying. It's going to be connected to the beauty. It's going to be connected to something quirky. It's going to be connected to something unusual. It's going to be connected to something nice, and it's also at the same time going to be connected to the certain completion of a journey, which is at the same time going to be directly connected to the new beginning, and that it's all about the unfoldment and the new stage, new dimension of your life. So when you see like a little omen, you know, it could be like a little bird that is just going to make you feel a bit different. It's going to be like a little maybe fly. It could even be like a little butterfly, as I said. It could even be gorgeous little hummingbird flying around like, hello, my darling. You know, it really depends what it's going to be, but it's all about how you're going to feel, and something is going to be rather unusual about it. So you will know that you are part of this direction. You will know that you're part of this dimension, and this is going to be everything. So this is going to be a very good sign that you are on the good direction, and also at the same time, very shortly after, there is going to be an important opportunity that is going to happen, an important beginning that is going to take place, and also it's going to provide you with a feeling that you wouldn't normally have. And this is all about the promise that you didn't have before, but at the same time it's going to enhance your power, and it's most certainly going to be an important invocation that is going to take place. Also, on another hand, just pay attention exactly when you see that unusual omen, when you see that little bird or perhaps like a little butterfly or whatever it's flying that takes your fancy, that takes your attention, that is meant to be part of your dimension, 25 days later exactly see what is going to take place, because 25 days later there will be a wake-up call, my gorgeous Libra, a wake-up call that you are going to have, which is also going to answer certain answers to you, certain questions to you, but on another hand it's going to provide you with an important vision, and it's going to give you time to like, oh thank God. That's how you're gonna feel, like, oh my God, little break, you know. So it's a little bit of a sunshine after the stormy storm indeed. And also at around the time when you see that little omen, you know, you will just kind of, this is going to open your eyes in a certain way, so you will kind of get this little power which is going to help you to avoid the little hidden danger. Okay, this is also something to pay attention to. It's going to symbolize, you know, an important moment at the same time that you will know actually how to avoid certain danger. This is what is also going to take place at around the time when you see this omen, and it's important because it's going to be connected to the certain disappointment that created an obstacle, you know, in the past, that created a problem in the past, that was connected to the certain delays. But now certainly this is also going to bring you an important balance, which is on another hand going to clear an emotional confusion that was kind of slowing you down. But at the same time it's going to bring you, at the same time, you know, it's going to be connected to the good news, you know, in particular when it comes to accomplishment, in particular when it comes to the actual certain expectation, in particular when it comes to the desires that you are actually going to realize. I really like this because it's connected to the results of efforts, promotion and recognitions of abilities that is at the same time going to lead to a rather wonderful ideas, my gorgeous Libras. I'm getting very excited, and I know that this is going to be really good months when it comes to you, and for the most of you, you're just gonna feel like, oh my God, I've been waiting for this for such a long time. Yes, my baby, you're gonna be like a little thunder, you know, thunder full of power, full of energy, full of strength that you are going to feel, but then at the same time it's more about a powerful grounding that is just going to give you on one hand an energy, but on another hand the powerful courage which is going to help you realize how strong, how significant and how powerful you, my gorgeous Libra, are. You will realize what makes you different, but in the best possible way this month. Very, very exciting indeed. When it comes to your health, you see, I can see your shoulders, you know, being quite sensitive this month, and I can see that your lower back, you know, it's going to be quite sensitive this month. So I just need you to, of course, make sure that you sit in the correct way. I'm not saying that you're not sitting correctly, but I'm just saying to make sure that you sit in a nice correct way. Make sure that you're resting your back. If you are picking like a heavy things, you know, for work and for living, of course, this is if you do this, just make sure that you're doing this in a correct way, of course, and also make sure that you're really taking it easy when you're sleeping. Make sure that you're having a really good quality pillow, and also at the same time try to have a little pillow in between your legs. Try to sleep on a side for a while and try to have like a little pillow in between your legs, because at the same time this is going to help you to relax your back in a way that wouldn't normally be relaxed. So after a while you do this, you're gonna feel so much better. Also, it's very important to try to do like a gentle exercises. Exercises are so important, you know, for your own spirituality, for your own grounding, and to make you feel really good, in particular if you've got a sensitive shoulders and the lower back at the same time. What else I would like to say that is rather important, you know, when it comes to your immune system, just please try to make sure that you are taking an organic acerola cherry powder. I know I'm keep on saying this, my lord, I say this so many times and I'm going to say it so many times again, but if I see and if I think that something is really important, then I am going to say it. So it's about organic acerola cherry powder. It needs to be without any horrible chemicals. It needs to be without any unnecessary additives. It needs to be without any GMO nonsense, you know, in things like that, as natural as possible. Organic acerola cherry powder is going to provide a whopping amount of vitamin C. It contains other vitamins as well, but vitamin C is absolutely remarkable, and it's very significant in this particular product because it's natural, it's amazing, and it's extremely high in vitamin C. So that's why, again, I'm going to say to you every single morning when you wake up to take like a little glass of water, take a little teaspoon of organic acerola cherry powder, mixing it up, and just drink it every single morning if you possibly can throughout the months. And this is going to replenish your vitamin C levels. Of course, on another hand, a natural zinc. It's very significant and very important to try to take a combination of natural vitamin C and also natural zinc. Super important. One more thing I was going to say, the same time to protect your immune system and to take a natural vitamin D alongside all these things. You can either take a natural vitamin D, but if you're lucky enough to be in the sun, then that's fantastic. You can get your vitamin C from the sun and it's just going to do you really good. But if you can't, then I would most certainly advise you to take a natural vitamin D like a natural supplement as well, of course. So this is something that I would highly recommend. If you do get a little bit tired, if you do feel like a little bit drained, then also it is very possible, in particular from the mid-months until the end of the month, where you're going to start maybe feeling like a little bit drained and a little bit tired, then I would also suggest you to get, after you take the actual organic acerola cherry powder, at the same time in the morning, to take a natural supplement, natural iron supplement, which is wonderful, and it's also brilliant to boost your immune system by actually increasing the energy levels, and it's absolutely brilliant at the same time because it makes you feel so good. But it's very important to try to take a natural iron supplement in a superb form, which would be the actual liquid form. But if you take it, then you take it with your actual organic acerola cherry powder. You can actually take it at the same time. It will be quite great because organic acerola cherry powder is full of vitamin C, and iron supplement, if it's in a liquid form, it's fantastic to take with vitamin C because vitamin C is going to help with its actual absorption. One more thing that I was going to say when it comes to your gums, this is also going to be a little bit sensitive. This is all connected, of course. So by taking organic vitamin C, organic acerola cherry powder, this is also going to help you with your gum healing indeed. But at the same time, try to avoid toothpaste with the actual fluoride and mouthwash with the actual fluoride. Try to get a toothpaste without fluoride and mouthwash without fluoride, because it's much better for you, because fluoride is actually not good for you at all in any shape or form whatsoever. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant, if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor. You just need to check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not, my gorgeous Libras indeed. Now I'm going to say Libera, 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 my gorgeous Libera, you know, this music, this melody is going to be part of your thinking process, because in particular it's connected to good free feelings, in particular it's connected to good emotions, it's connected to very, very vibrant energy that you are going to feel at the moment in time this month, when you actually feel like you are able to make an important decision that you wasn't able to make before. Just watch this space, my gorgeous Libera. Watch this space. Mwah. But the 1st of September 2020, it's all about the actual moment in time where you kind of had a certain suspicion about something, and now this certain suspicion is going to give you a slap in your little cute face, little spiritual slap, which is going to mean absolutely everything, because it's about the actual security and a very significant moment in time that you're going to have, very significant situation that you're going to come across, which is on another hand going to give you an important information. It's going to confirm something to you on the 1st of September. But never mind the fact that this 1st of September is going to feel like the first day of the world, and you will see exactly what I mean. It's connected to swift activity. It's connected to an important sudden progress of movement, and that in itself is connected to the actual speed. That in connects, is the actual. It's going to be connected to the actual rapid and beautiful advancement at the same time, and a rather significant message as well. It's all about the actual important change, and it's all about an important realization about the actual alteration that you are going to need to make. But it's important because it's going to lead towards the great abundance. It's going to lead towards an important fulfillment. It's going to lead towards happiness, strength, power, perfection, joy, and a very, very beautiful moment in time when it comes to you feeling pleasure, but also when it comes to your own productivity. Very, very important. And for those of you who are planning to have a little babies, or if you are not, just to let you know that this month it's also going to be pretty important and significant when it comes to the actual fertility. Let me know. On another hand, the second important date, my gorgeous Libra, it's also going to be like when it comes to the actual, wariness and the actual disappointment, and when it comes to the actual, maybe like a little bit unusual experience when it comes to the actual you being surprised about somebody's action. But at the same time, I would highly suggest you to get something like a black onyx. Look at this, my babies. This crystal is super important for you to wear, not only in September, but also when it comes to your beautiful month, October as well. September and October are going to be rather important for you to get something like this. Look at this beauty. It's so cute. It's absolutely adorable little black onyx. And it's so important for the actual balance. It's so important for the actual security. It's so important when it comes to the actual thinking process, when it comes to making important decisions, but not kind of messing it up. But at the same time, it helps you with the spirituality. It helps you with grounding. It's very gentle, but it's so powerful as well when it comes to protection against these people that are draining our energies. But also, when it comes to the actuals and maybe like a negative situation that can drain so much more out of us, but then by wearing onyx, it protects you. It's very important. It's kind of helps you out to express yourself, but it also, most important, protects you against all sorts of negative energy, negative people, and negative situation that would otherwise kind of drain your energy and affect you. It doesn't have to happen on that particular day, but then it can be followed by like the actual chain reaction, spiritual chain reaction, like a few days later, which would affect your life most certainly. So that's why I'm highly suggesting you to get the actual black onyx, which is going to be important for September and October to protect yourself. But also it's amazing when it comes to spirituality, grounding, and making the best and the most important decisions. This beauty comes with sterling silver setting and a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below, and it's absolutely remarkable and something that I highly, highly, highly recommend you, my gorgeous Libra, to actually get. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel, of course. I have to say this. So it's the 19th of September. It's just going to bring you like a little bit of like maybe disappointed situation, which is going to kind of be connected to a bit of a bitter experience, like a 19th and 20th of September. It's also going to be playing an important part and role in this as well. It's just going to make you feel like a little bit disappointed, maybe a little bit disgusted, connected, but then at the same time, this is all gonna be connected again. I'm sorry, a bit of a tower situation. Bum, bum, bum. A bit of a tower situation, which means you're gonna be a little bit surprised indeed, and it's gonna be connected to the actual complete and sudden change indeed, but that is going to lead towards you abandoning the certain part of your life, and it's just going to mark some kind of ending, but then at the same time it's all about the unexpected events which is going to take place, which are going to shake you up a little bit, but then at the same time it's going to be connected to the actual loss of stability. But this stability is at the same time important because it's going to give you a rather nice shake, and that shake is also going to kind of direct you at the same time, you know, and this is the direction that I'm talking about. It's not going to be like, oh my god, it's amazing, it's incredible. No baby, no. No baby, no. But at the same time, it is just going to bring you where you need to be, and it's going to open your eyes, and it's also going to refresh your memory. And this refreshment of memory, it's going to remind you who you are, what you want to be, where you want to go, and what you need to do right now in order to get where you want to get. This is important because it's almost going to feel like a little ritual. It's so significant. When things feel like a ritual, you know, this is a very powerful sign. This is the very powerful beginning. So it also means that if you light a little candle at around that time, this is going to bring something very, very interesting within you, which is at the same time going to bring you focus and perspective that you wouldn't normally have. But most importantly, it is going to help you to realize the actual harmony and activation that you wouldn't normally realize. So the ritual or anything to do with the little candles, just light it, direct your energy to project towards the direction you want to project. Do it at around this time. You will be amazed how energy can actually work. If something like doesn't go right, or if something doesn't go well, you can really easily use this particular energy to actually in turn into your own favor. Indeed. And this is when this is going to become quite evident in many different ways. And also, you know, somebody on the 19th and the 20th of September, you know, you're going to get like a quite interesting advice as well. You're going to get a quite interesting advice to somebody who is very honorable to you, somebody who is very beautiful towards you, somebody who is very honest towards you. But then again, that person is very nice and very beautiful and very honest and very direct towards everybody who they meet, who they are around you, By the same time, you know, something is going to feel so beautiful, you know, something is going to feel so powerful and emotional on so many different levels. So just pay attention to the actual advice that you are going to get from this powerful person, interesting advice. And number 13, it's going to be the actual answer when it comes to the time scale, but at the same time, it's the answer to you, what this is all about. What this is all about, my gorgeous Libra, it's about your own transformation. It's about your own rebirth. Oh my God. When this happens, it's very important. At the same time, look at this beauty, the actual labradorite piece. You see, look, this is so gorgeous when it's actually in the sun, you see, because it's just changing its colors. It's so wonderful, very angelic, very powerful. And this always reminds you how beautiful this world is, how powerful this world is that we are in, you know. And this is what I would like to suggest you see, to get like a little bit of like gorgeous labradorite piece like this, and just keep it next to your bed, or just keep it around you, around your working area, and it's going to help you to clear your mind. It's going to help you with your balance, but it's at the same time going to protect you. But most importantly, it's going to have a very positive impact on your way of thinking, on your dreaming, on your planning, on making decisions, you know, on connecting with yourself, reconnecting with yourself. It's just all about keeping yourself calm, but at the same time protecting yourself and protecting your energy. this gorgeous labradorite crystal you can also buy on my website, and the link is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, my gorgeous Libra, you're also supporting my channel as well. Okay, so now the last important date is going to be on the 30th of September 2020. Just remember, because you're gonna have a bit of like a doubt, like left or right, up and down, left or right, up and down, I'm not too sure. Emotions are going to be rather high indeed. What you need to do, my gorgeous Libra, there is going to be the decision that you're going to need to make, but it's going to come with a little bit of a tricky bitty. And a little tricky bitty is when you think like, oh yeah, I've got a time, yeah, I can do this later, I can do this on some other time. No baby, no. Again, you have got another no baby, no, because the 30th of September, it's going to be important for you to be very mature, very level-headed, and to make sure that this is the day when it comes to making some kind of decision, that it's also going to be so evident at a time that this is the right path, this is the right thing to do. But as I said, there are so many other elements around that are going to make you feel a bit of a tricky situation. It's going to arise. It's going to be connected to the tricky situation where you kind of lose the sense of time a little bit. But this is all part of your spiritual process and progress. So you need to make sure if there's any decision that you need to make it then and there. The energy is going to be perfect. The vibration is going to be just right. Okay? And also it's to do with the actual patience, and it's to do with the actual persistence. And also this is going to be a remarkable day when you're going to realize the ability to conclude an important task indeed. You just need to remember it's about the organization and capability on many different levels, on many different stages, because it's about you, what you want to do, who you are, and most importantly, your own devotion. You will also feel like, oh my God, it's so important, because it's like it's going to be very deep and very spiritual, and you will kind of not discover something about yourself, but rediscover something about yourself. It's almost going to feel like, oh my God, what am I doing on this earth? You know, what is my role? Because we all have a different roles. Every single one of us is so special, and this is about you being special, you doing your own important role, you going on your own important path, my gorgeous Libra. And that in itself, it's all going to be connected to the actual wheel of fortune. This is when things are going to get so interesting, because it's about a destiny, it's about a fortune, it's about an important and absolutely mind-blowing outcome that you're going to have. It's about the advancement after the time of culmination. Just remember, after the time of culmination, this is going to lead towards an important advancement, and this is all part of your wheel of fortune. It's so important because it's about the actual conclusion. Just remember, when you have a conclusion on the 30th of September, that is the time when you are going to be approaching the end of an annoying problem. An unexpected event is going to occur, but that in itself is going to be absolutely mind-blowing. The second stage of this, which is going to be really big, it's going to be on the 27th of December 2020. So the next stage of this process, which is going to be big, it's going to be on the 27th of December 2020. My gorgeous Libra, this is deep, and it's just all about the actual an invitation, the actual opportunity that is going to arise. It's about the arrival, it's about the actual approach, it's about the advancement. Sorry, I'm going to need to change this, sorry. It's about the advancement, you see. And now you remember, my light goes when something very important takes place. So I told you, like, oh my Lord, you know, it's all about the end of September. It's all leading about this important moment, because it's just spiritual. It's just going to be containing like a different steps when it comes to your life, when it comes to your future, because it's about the arrival, approach, advancement, and it's connected to the actual request, challenge, and an important proposition as well. But it's all about this remarkable opportunity that you are going to have, my gorgeous Libra. And this is very exciting, because you are going to have a quite significant moment here indeed. Okay, so now, my gorgeous Libra, the first part of September, it's all about you feeling, oh, I don't want to be stuck in the past, because certain problems is going to start bouncing back. By the same time, you're going to feel like, why am I worrying about this? Why am I doing this? Why should I drain my energy like this? And it's that, this is babies, this is the answer. This is so important. It's about the actual you feeling, I don't want to be stuck in the past anymore. And this in itself, it's also going to be release you from the certain domineering situation, but at the same time, it's going to bring you security and power, because it's going to help you to grow, my gorgeous Libra. It's all about homecoming, but at the same time, the realization about that you're not hopeless, my babies. You know, you just need to abandon the certain part and the certain stage of your life. It's all about cutting out something that no longer serves you, my babies. It's like the new moon, you know, every single new moon we have this situation, you know, you get rid of the old to let new. It's all about the actual balance and us allowing this energy to come through, to come forward, because that abandonment, it's actually going to be connected to the dissatisfaction before, and now most certainly it's going to open your eyes, and it's going to be directly give you the answer about a certain wish, which is just going to start coming through at the same time, the possibility that you didn't have before, and that is going to be everything. The second part, the mid part of September, it's all about the actual indecisive situation that affected you that was affecting you for the last few months, and that indecisive situation is also going to be connected to that particular sacrifice in the mid-September, which is going to be connected to the actual generosity and balance, but most certainly an important harmony and the way out of the situation where maybe the certain manipulation and the people were just started to kind of drain the certain energy around you, and this is all going to be connected to this, what I said. The mid-September, it's also going to bring you an important celebration moment, you know. You will want to celebrate because it's going to be like this situation. Pam, pam, pam. And inspiration, Libera, Libera, Libera. Inspiration, Libera, Libera, Libera. Libera, Libera, Libera. Libera, Libera, Libera. That inspiration is not only like, oh yeah, inspiration. No, baby. Know again, inspiration is going to be remarkable because it's going to wake up so much within you. It's going to wake up something very important and very powerful, and it's going to bring you so much optimism. It's going to bring you focus. It's going to bring you balance. It's going to bring you a wake-up call. It's going to bring a new perspective. It's just going to be so good in so many different levels, and this is why you will feel like you want to have a celebration, because it's also going to make you realize that an obstacle and problem are slowly coming to an end. So it's about the inspiration and potential, but also about an important hope. And you will also hear a very, very good and powerful news when it comes to the actual process that was stuck at some moment in the past. And that is going to be connected to the bright prospects at around the mid-September that you didn't actually even hope that are going to take place. Just watch this space, my gorgeous Libra. The last part of September, it's just gonna kind of also make you realize, it's gonna make you frustrated a little bit because of the failure to face facts. You know, at some moment in time there was some kind of failure when it comes to you to face certain facts. I suppose you were hoping that this situation is just going to go somewhere else. This situation is going to turn out to be positive and maybe optimistic, and it's really to do with your direction, it's to do with way of thinking, it's to do with your way of planning, but it's also to do with the actual delay and frustration. So the certain delay and frustration that was very much part of your life, you know, for the last 5 or 6 months. Indeed, this is why September is so big, why it's so important, why it's so significant, and why it's so complex, because the very last part of September is going to bring you that feeling of delay and frustration, but then at the same time that is going to be directly connected to you just to actually enhance your bravery capacity, and it's going to give you the balance, and that balance is going to give you strength, and that strength is is directly going to be connected to you changing your mind. This is going to help you to open your eyes, my Libra, but also to change your mind at the same time. And that in itself is going to be such an important moment, because you will go for it and you will deal with a certain fear and uncertain situation that you would normally be like, oh, maybe not, but it's to do with a new beginning, it's to do with an option, and it's to do with you maybe feeling like you are not on the right path or on the right journey, or maybe that you don't have the necessary experience. So this is all part of this, like a very important moment when you're gonna kind of be part of the really heroic action, part of the heroic action, part of the actual heroic action. This is gonna be remarkable, and it's to do with transformation, and this is gonna be a moment of transformation, and the moment in time that it's important to try to change things around you, your environment, move things about. It's important because it's to do with the actual alteration, but also at the same time it's to do with the actual control over a situation, strength, courage, energy, determination. It's beautiful because it's also at the same time your confidence is going to be on a very high level, because someone is going to let you know how amazing you are at the same time, and this is going to make you feel so good, because most certainly it's about the actual accomplishment that you are going to have, and that accomplishment that you are going to hear about the end of the month is going to be everything, because it's going to bring you the whole new energy. On one hand, this is going to re-energize you. On another hand, this is going to open your eyes. Then again, this is going to make you feel so good, but also most importantly, it's going to confirm the actual hidden thoughts that you had, that you maybe weren't too honest with yourself. But then again, this is the moment in time when the new direction is going to arise, and you just have to listen to yourself, because something from the past that you wanted to make before and do before, that you were like, oh, maybe I'm not ready, you will know now at the end of September, my gorgeous Libra, that you are ready, most certainly indeed. It is the time not only when your energy is going to start changing like there is no tomorrow, but it's also the time when you're going to start picking fruits of labor indeed, and it's to do with the rest after strife, and an important union is going to take place. But above all is the realization, which is on one hand going to set you free, but then on another hand is just all about the new beginning, my gorgeous Libra, indeed. Okay, I'm just going to see what is going to happen with those of you that are actually in a relationship this month. Okay, for those of you that are in relationship this month, you're going to have an important Page of Cups indeed. So that means that you are going to have an important moment this month, something that you have both been waiting for. It's about to happen, but this is only going to take central stage. This is only going to unfold. This is only going to go to the where it's meant to go, to the stage where it's meant to go, when you're both absolutely certain that this is something that you want to do. It is going to be connected to the actual and important accomplishment, but that accomplishment is also going to lead towards a rather remarkable option at the same time. It's very important that you both go for it. Okay, yes, Coco, my gorgeous. Very important for you to actually both go for it indeed. So you both have to watch for the actual option that you are going to have, my gorgeous Libras, and this is important for those of you that are couples as well. And also make sure that your partner is drinking as much water as they possibly can throughout this month. Make sure that your partner is avoiding sugar. Make sure that your partner is trying to maybe avoid alcohol, avoid cigarettes. Just try to drink water as much as, just say to your partner to try to drink water as much as they can throughout this month, because there's certain toxins that your partner, Libra's partners are going to have this month that it's important to get rid of. And one of the best ways to get rid of the actual toxins in the body is by drinking lots of water, and just water in itself. Absolutely important indeed. And this is going to be so significant when it comes to the actual balance. And just one more thing is your partner themselves are going to have somebody around them that they need to be careful about. So if your partner is offered something that seems quite strange and quite unusual and too good to be true, just say to your partner to run on miles, my gorgeous Libra. It's very important, and that way you are going to protect your partner and you're also going to protect yourself. And now, my gorgeous Libras, I'm going to see what is actually going to happen with those of you that are single and ready to mingle. You see, this is an absolutely remarkable moment, and I knew this. You see, it's the beginning of something quite interesting. It's going to happen at a time when you feel like a celebration. At a time when number 3 is going to be very significant. At a time when number 3 is going to be very important, because there is someone very special about to start walking into your life, my gorgeous Libras. And that special person who is about to start walking into your life, it's also going to be connected to the certain people. It's going to be connected to the certain group of people, but most importantly, it's going to be connected to the changes and the continuation of a quite important and powerful process that you need to do, that makes you feel really good, that makes you feel really powerful. It's going to happen at a moment in time when you least expect it, but most certainly it's going to happen at around the time when some kind of celebration is actually going to take place. This is the time when you will know that slowly but surely someone very special is going to enter your life. But that person is going to be connected to a certain group of people, and it's most certainly going to be connected to an important continuation. It's going to happen very slowly, one step at a time, most certainly, my gorgeous Libras. But this is going to be somebody who's going to recognize something very special within you, in you, and somebody who is going to get you and feel you like no one else before, and somebody whom you will have a very special connection. As soon as you make an eye connection, you will feel strong, you will feel different, you will feel powerful. That other person will be someone very special who is going to feel exactly the same. Try to throw yourself into as many situations, my gorgeous Libras, as you possibly can, because someone very special is about to walk into your life indeed. Okay, my gorgeous Libras, I love every single one of you so much. You're special, you're beautiful, you're gorgeous, you're very powerful in so many different ways. Okay, I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you, to every single one of you, my gorgeous Libras. I love you so much, and thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Okay, my gorgeous Libras, my name is Sasha Bonasin. I'm a psychic medium, and I love every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Love you. Bye.